What's going on, guys? My name is Darren, and my wife and I have been doing online and retail arbitrage since January 2025. We're documenting our journey, and today is another day in our Amazon, or should I say e-commerce seller journey. All right, today, guys, I just want to show where we're at today and then where we're going. I'm gonna start off with our last month's sales. Last month, because I realized I didn't share last month's sales. And my intention is even the low month sales, the high month sales, I want to share it all. So last month we ended with $7,549 in sales, which I was super proud of. It's a sharp decline from the month before that, but we took a lot of money, 95% of the money out of our business, and we are taking care of personal debt so that we can actually fund the business and run the business the right way. And we took half of our inventory money and put it towards FBA. So that money or those sales was all FBM. Really proud of them. And then we got this month. Let me see. Now today is the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. But where we at right now? Okay, we're at $1,845 in sales. Again, this is all FBM. The FBA stuff that we sent in has not fully checked in yet, so we haven't seen any FBA sales yet. I made a video about this, but we sent it in using Amazon. When you do that, you don't get 2D barcodes. So the check-in process does take a little bit longer than if you did use 2D barcodes, which is why we also use Boxem, which I'm gonna make a video about in the future. That FBA, those ASINs haven't checked in yet and why we haven't seen those sales. But anyway, still happy with the sales volume going on right now. I don't know what we'll hit as far as the end of sales. I know that the FBA products are gonna check in, so we'll probably be over 5K. But anything over 5K, I'm gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be tripping about it. I'm trusting the process. In our last 12 months, we are at 262,000 in sales for the last 12 months right there. So we know what we're doing. We're not upset about the decline in sales because we know that it's necessary for this business funding that we're applying for. So the FBM that we're doing right now is all clearance. You can run it up crazy with just clearance items. You know, the stuff that we're sending in FBA, obviously our idea is if it's profitable, if it's replenishable, you know, it meets our ROIs without question, definitely send it in. But for the stuff that's bigger, or it doesn't necessarily hit our ROI of 30, or if it's a product that we don't necessarily know if it's gonna sell yet and we wanna test it out, we've been sending FBM, and let me tell you, bro, we could do 20K, I'm not even exaggerating, 20K FBM from just clearance items if you learn your stores, and then when you see a clearance item, jump on it. And when I mean jump on it is you buy all those and you go to each store, you map out your stores, and then you hit them. You've already ideally sourced from that store before. You got an idea for how the sales are gonna go. So you're not really taking a gamble, you know, at a certain point. You're just like cleaning up on clearance. So that's what we've been doing until we get the funding to really hit our business the way we want, and it's been doing really good. So if you're just getting started, man, hit those yellow tags or whatever store you're going to and run it up. All right, so that's where we're at, and this is where we're going. All right, as far as the business funding that we're applying for, we're looking for 100K, but at least no less than 50K in funding. And we're looking to get that within the next few months. So that's why everything's been so tight, and why we haven't been making a lot of noise as far as revenue, but the stuff that we've been getting, we've been really happy about. If we can get that amount of money, that'll put us on track, even if we're doing the exact same thing we're doing now, that'll put us on track to do regular 100K months. And 100K months is a $1.2 million business. That's what we plan to do with that funding, but we don't plan to just do what we're doing right now. We plan to do more, and specifically, I want to do more networking. From the beginning, that's something that my coach has told us time and time again we need to do. But as life like builds up, you know, you want to join those calls, you want to do this, but sometimes I don't know. It just doesn't line up. And I'm gonna be just open and honest. I've always been the guy in class to where, like, if it's a group project and we like have to get this thing done, you know, the larger the group, the more distractions happen. And I've always kind of been like, hey, let's do this. So I don't know. There's been busyness, and then there's been like thinking like, all right, do I really have enough time to really get into it? Like to really set aside an hour to sit in a group when I got this and this to do, because I know we're not going to be talking about this full time. But all those are assumptions. I need to get over those things. I need to get in the group because these groups is making money. These groups know the bolos. You know, what I'm doing is cool, but in addition to knowing the bolos and having friends throw you ASINs, man, that's something we haven't tapped into yet. It's something we need to be tapping into. But yeah, that's something that we want to do more of. And aside from that, web scraping. There's a guy named Thomas Cruz, aka Tony, who's in my coaches mentor group, Flips for Miles. Man, this dude is a beast. Like, touches no product, multi-million-dollar business, just pushes buttons, you know, doesn't even see the inventory, you know, and he does web scraping. And from my understanding, he basically can scrape a company's website and it'll pull data about each SKU they have. Long story short, you can see when things are going to sell quickly. And then based on that, you can make buying decisions. So I want to get into that because with my personality type, and our lifestyle with moving around, I think it'll just be really beneficial. And going back to networking, I want to be the guy who can hang out and just enjoy the company because, you know, I got some stuff in my bag instead of like being the guy like, guys, let's be on track because I'm really hurting for ASIN. So it took a little while to say those things, but that's where I feel like we're headed and what's going to benefit our business the most. And we're going to continue retail and online arbitrage for the rest of the year. I believe it's going to go well. So well that next year, if things go the way that we foresee them going this year, we're going to get into wholesale. Because everyone that I know that does really well, or everyone that I've heard of that does really well for the most part, also does wholesale. And it's a more consistent revenue stream, I guess. You know, like I don't mind smaller margins if I'm getting the volume and the volume is consistent. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, that's that good mix of plans for the future is going to put us in a really good position to, you know, scale this thing up and then really be, I don't know, in a whole different lifestyle in a short period of time, a couple years. So that's where we were, or that's where we're at. That's where we're going. And I really appreciate anybody that watches our videos. I'm trying to bring some kind of value to the e-commerce community. And I'm not trying to come off as a guru or a teacher. I'm just trying to come across as like a homie that has been through some stuff in the e-commerce space and will easily tell you, you know what I'm saying? If you reach out like, hey D, I got a question about this, boom, if I know what I'm talking about. I don't just be talking about anything. Section 3, I beat that, you know. FBM, I do that. FBA, I do that. And anything I don't know, you know, I can hit my coach up. But I'm also excited to learn too, you know what I'm saying, from friends and people that I meet in this community. So all that to say, man, this has been another day in our Amazon seller journey. They're not all like super technical or on the road. Sometimes we're sitting in the garage talking. But I appreciate anybody listening and anybody trying to grow in their life and in this Amazon space. Hit your boy up if you need anything, man. I appreciate you. Peace.